of hearing rumors about another Eastern Conference team that I'm not going to throw out there just yet, but boy, if
come on now,
is able to just trade for Lillard without his
come on now.
blessing.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Full Court Heave. It's your host, Shaygoon, and we talking to Damian Lillard today. I don't want to get y'all hopes up. That's not what I want to do. I don't want to lead you astray. But why am I getting a slight feeling that potentially, maybe, potentially, probably not, like 99% not, that Damian Lillard could be on his way north of the border? Let's just talk about it. Let's talk about it. Don't crucify me. I just want to talk a little bit about each team in the Eastern Conference, why it could or could not be a team that Damian Lillard possibly ends up on. That's all I'm saying. Mark Spears is reporting this on NBA Today. I'm going to find the clip. We're going to watch the clip, and then we're going to break down the teams in the Eastern Conference that we think could potentially be involved in a Dame Lillard trade. I don't think it's set to just the Heat. Oh, we'll get into that. I don't want to jump ahead. But I appreciate everybody who liked the last video. Let's do some shout outs real quick, because actually, yeah. And we're just going to get right into it. I'm just going to do one because this takes some time. I'm just going to do one today. Okay, we're going to do a shout out. Shout out Tyler Thoreau, 966. Shay will be a Raptor one day. Come on now. Shouts out to Canada one time for bringing that bronze medal, securing the Olympics. Huge. And shouts out to you, Tyler Thoreau, for leaving a comment. Appreciate you. And let's continue, man. I want to talk a little bit reckless. You know, I don't really do that. I don't talk too reckless on this show, but I want to talk a little reckless today. So let's get into it. There's no way, right? Talk to me, Mark. Talk to me.
Oh, it's complicated. Well, the latest I'm hearing is that the Blazers have been talking to several teams, but I don't even know if that's the Blazers. But when you say several teams, that also suggests that they could be willing to trade for him or send him somewhere that's not the Miami Heat, which is certainly very curious. I mean, it's one thing for a team to trade for a player that doesn't want to be there, but to get a player that's a top 75 player,
talk to me.
That, you know,
talk to me. Give me hype.
But will he really be a happy employee? Do you want to do
We'll
that
turn him up.
Lillard?
We'll turn him up. Don't worry.
Question. Who has
we'll turn him up
to do it as well? Like, would Boston do it? I'm kind of hearing rumors about another Eastern Conference team that I'm not going to throw out there just yet, but boy, if
come on now,
is able to just trade for Lillard without his
come on now,
that's very, very risky. Not only to the team, but also.
Don't do that to me, man. Don't do that to me. You talking. Oh, yo, would you stop? You're talking too sweet to me right now. So that's the big report right now. Multiple teams that the Portland Trailblazers is talking to. Now the question is, you see in that situation, Mark Spears is saying he has some reports of a specific team, and it's not Boston. Because he already referred to, would it be Boston? I don't know. And then there's another team I don't know if I want to report yet. That's the one. What team is he talking about? What team is that, Mark? All right? You teasing me right now. And I mean, it's fine. It's okay. It's fine. But, like, for real, I need you to be really for real right now, okay? All right, let's look at some teams. Let's look at some teams in the Eastern Conference, and let's see what are we looking at, man? What is the real competition? Let's just get weird, man. Let's just get weird for a second. I'm just gonna go through the standings, and we're gonna go through the Eastern Conference, and we're gonna see what does it look like, man. Is there any potential there? Let's get into it. So Boston's already out of the picture. So I'm gonna do from 1 all the way through to the bottom, okay? Realistically, if you're not a top 10-ish team in the East last year, I don't see you being in any position to trade for Damian Lillard. Because you can't bring him to a young team and expect he's going to be okay with it. That's way too much of a risk. The timelines don't match, so we're not even going to talk about that. Let's get into the Milwaukee Bucks. Milwaukee, I can see having real interest. I don't know who you trade. Who do you have to trade? Marjon Beauchamp is the only guy with any type of plus value. Anybody else that you get, like, you could, like, in your mind trade Drew Holiday, but he's a aging player that already said he kind of want to retire on his next contract. I don't see that. All right. You think Dame Lillard is going to be happy to go to Milwaukee? Come on now. Come on. Oh, yo, don't make me, I'm trying to make me laugh today, man. Relax. No. Nah, it's not going to be Milwaukee. Boston is an interesting one. But even there, Mark Spears says, when you have a team like Boston, you could definitely look to make a move. They've already made a big move trading Marcus Smart away. Do they make another move for Dame? Honestly, I would kind of like I hate the Celtics, but like I kind of would like, that would be a decent trade. I don't think they're going to pull the trigger on it, though, because you already have something that works. Taking a risky move, and I'm pretty sure didn't Dame already say he didn't want to go to Boston? See, Dame already in my good books, man. Let's go. Let's go next team. Philly. Okay, Philadelphia. You do have Maxey. Are you trading Maxey? Ooh. But why would Portland want Maxey when they just drafted Scoot? So I don't know how you really get involved with that. I mean, Harden's not getting you anything. You have to give up something to get Harden at this point. Like, let's just be real. And Philly doesn't have anything else of value, really. All right, next team. I don't see that happening with Philly. Next, we're just knocking them down one by one. All right, next team, Cleveland. All right, Cleveland. What could Cleveland do? Could you trade, like, are you going to trade a Darius Garland? I could see Cleveland wanting to get involved. Dame, Donovan Mitchell. I mean, like, I don't know who, like, you're going to have to add other pieces. What other young players does Cleveland have that they can add? Like, you can add Karis LeVert. He's not really super young anymore. We kind of know what he is. You're not trading Evan Mobley, I don't think. Or Jared Allen, I don't think. If anything, I can see Portland being interested in a Jared Allen, but that defeats the purpose if you trade for him. All right, let's go to New York. New York, you trade Julius Randle, Emmanuel Quickley, but you have Brunson there. You run Brunson and Dame? Okay, New York, maybe. Brooklyn, what do you have to trade if you're not trading McCall? You know, Claxton? If you trade it's not going to be Simmons. I don't care how many workout videos you post, Simmons. I'm sorry, my boy. It's not going to be you. It would be crazy if Simmons had a great year this year. That would actually be crazy. I got to see it to believe it, though. I don't know. Brooklyn is interesting a little bit, but it's like, who pushes the needle? You know what I mean? Is Claxton getting you something? Is Brooklyn even trading Claxton? I think that's up in the air. Miami Heat. I mean, we obviously know Miami's in the front seat of this whole thing. But does Miami even want to, like, gut their whole team? Do you want to have, like, an amazing starting five? And then you're bringing in, like, Bruno Caboclo, you know what I'm saying? Bruno Caboclo, like, what are you doing? Like, how many gems can Miami get in one offseason? It's not even an offseason. At this point, it's like training camp. That's such a rush. Like, everyone credits Miami. Who can find these end-of-the-roster guys? Yes, Miami can. They didn't necessarily find them all in one season. It's a tall ask to ask a team to completely gut a team's bench completely and get rid of every pick and sort of young, promising talent they have and try and just have that already year one. Even year two is a tough ask. Atlanta would be really interesting if their best player wasn't a point guard and similar in kind of play styles, obviously to different degrees. I don't really see Atlanta. We get to Toronto. Toronto's an interesting one because obviously you have players there that you could make a move. Like a player like OG, I'm sure Portland would be very excited for a player like OG. I'm not saying trade OG. I'm just saying, if you look at that, that makes more sense than a lot of other situations. If OG's gone, and I don't want this, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying, like, hypothetically, hyperboles, and you know what I mean? Metaphors and similes, and you know what I mean? All those things, bro. A situation where you start Dame at the 1, Gary at the 2, Scottie at the 3, Pascal at the 4, Jakob at the 5. Suddenly, Dame and Gary at the 1 and 2, you have more shooting. If Siakam or Scottie can pick up their shooting a little bit, suddenly this spacing is not that bad. You have Pirtle. Then off the bench, you have Dennis Schroeder, Grady Dick, and you have, you know, whatever other guys of combination of players that you want. Jalen McDaniels. Maybe, you know, you have to send, I don't know, Precious or somebody else to Portland. Is that offer better than anything any other team in the East is offering? I don't know if Toronto wants to do all that. I know it's crazy. I'm saying a lot of your favorite players that would be traded. I know I'm not. I'm not saying to do it. Let's just talk. I'm just saying some things. I'm saying some things. You're here listening, so we're just having a discussion. That's all this is. But that's super interesting. I think outside of Miami, I think number 1, Toronto could potentially have a better package than Miami. Number 2, who else is willing to shake it up this much? Toronto's in a state of flux. Chicago could be willing to. I love DeMar DeRozan, so I wouldn't be mad if, let's say, what if the Bulls trade Zach LaVine? Does Portland want that? I mean, you're just getting value. You're getting value in Zach LaVine. I don't know how he fits. Who's a more valued player, OG or Zach LaVine? That sounds crazy, but OG, in my opinion, is a Defensive Player of the Year candidate every year. The archetype of a Zach LaVine, because he's a high-volume scorer, super athletic, but high-volume scorer, just not at this elite level. He's a great player. Don't get it twisted. All-star level player. but he's not at that elite level. I feel like you can find those guys. How easy is it to find an OG? There's very few of those guys in the league. If Chicago made a trade, they'd have to probably do Zach LaVine, like Pat Williams. Okay, that's a decent package. Maybe Chicago. Indiana's not doing this. They're too young. And then that's about it. Literally, you go to the top 10, that's it. Indiana's not making a trade. Washington's not making a trade. Orlando has pieces to put in a trade, but that's just a discredit to Dame. You're not sending Dame to Orlando. Not that Orlando can't be good in a couple years, but it's too early right now. Charlotte, no way. Detroit, no way. It makes way too much sense. And I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying, mark my... This is the only thing I'm going to say. The only thing I'm going to say about this whole thing. Mark my words. You're going to hear more Dame to Toronto rumors in the next 3 days. I'm saying it now. I'm not going to edit this video too much so I can post it in as soon as I can, but I'm saying it now. You're going to hear a lot more of these rumors in the next 3 days. What do you make of it? I don't know. Come back to me. Let me know. I don't know. Do you want that to happen? Dame for OG plus extras. Raptors have a couple players, man. You could send OG, maybe a Boucher or a Precious. That's the type of player that Portland does not have, is the big athletic players. And Toronto throws a couple out there. Yes, it does hurt, but they have other players. They have a flux of players that are sort of that size, that ability. Now let's just take a minute and picture just a team. Dame, Gary, Scottie. I know Toronto's not trading Scottie. Like, Masai won't do it. I promise you, it's not happening. So it's got to be OG. Just think Dame, and you're not going to risk Scottie for Dame if you don't know if he wants to be there. But Dame, Gary, Scottie. Like, Scottie's going to have to take a big step on the defensive end. But it's too early. I don't want to get too detailed, bro. But I'm just going to close my eyes. I'm just going to think about it for a little second. Dame, okay. All right. Hold on. Okay. Gary right beside him. Shooting. Scottie taking a step two, potentially. Pascal, Dame and Pascal, and Yakapurtle. Oh, my. The screen and roll with Dame and Yakapurtle. Off the bench, Koloko takes a step. You got Jalen McDaniels, Boucher, Grady Dick, Dennis Schroeder. That's a no! I don't want to give up OG. I'm not thinking about the negative part of it. I'm just thinking of just like that lineup, and in the way I'm thinking about it right now is that lineup, and in some realm, we also still have every player that we traded away, and like they're not on another team. I don't have to feel that reality of it. This is the most fan trade thing you ever gonna see. I'm not thinking about the negative. I'm only thinking positive. What do you think, man? What do you think? Let me know down in the comments down below. We got a lot more videos coming up. It's sort of the dead time this season, but I'm gonna try and come up with a little bit for y'all. Appreciate y'all. Hey man, we'll figure it out. Leave a comment down below. Like the video. Subscribe if you're new. Come hang out with us. We have a good time over here. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. This has been Shaygoon. You've been watching Folk Art Heave. Have a lovely rest of your day.